Alright, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Alright, thank you, Erita.
Yes.
Okay, if you guys, thank you, Zulkarnain. If you guys have any question, ada soalan apa, bahasa Melayu ke, bahasa Inggeris, cakap je, tanya je. Stop me at wherever you guys are comfortable with. Kalau you guys don't want to stop me, just type it on the chat box also pun boleh. Okay, no worries. Alright, let's start right now. Okay, now we are gonna hit straight towards the question. This is the question. Soalan dia senang je. Tapi just imagine they give you this question and ask you to write for a 45 marks essay. It may be simple, but to even reach 30 marks, struggle habis-habis. Kenapa? Total for the component writing je is 90. The total for the whole mual paper is 240 if I'm not mistaken, 200 something. So dalam satu component, if you don't do really well, it's going to pull a lot of stuff. So please try to focus, keep on putting that work in, okay? All right, now let's start. The question sounds like this. Homework is deemed to be a problem by students. Why do they say so? Okay, benda ni akan makan dalam satu muka surat A4 if I'm not mistaken. Kalau di papan putih, around two whiteboards, yeah. Homework is deemed to be a problem by students. Why do they say so? All right, now let me ask you guys, what are the keywords over here?
Why?
Why? Next. Come on guys, what are the keywords over here?
Homework.
Okay, next.
Student.
Next.
Problem.
Next.
Deem.
Okay, is that all? Okay, I think itu je kan from you guys. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you another question. What is the key point or what are the key points over here? Tadi keywords, sekarang key point. Anyone? What is the key point? All right. Okay, now this is the trick that we always use. Basically, my friends and I lah. Okay. You gotta know what is the difference between keyword and key point. Okay, benda ni kan, different lecturers, different style, and this one they don't really use actually. They usually use keyword je. And this one, keyword, orang lain define cara lain. Key point, orang lain cara define lain. So this is my way of defining stuff. Okay. Now, keyword, whatever you guys said tadi was correct. Homework, deemed, problem, students. Why? Perkataan why tu, are you sure about it? We're going to see after this, okay? Now, key point, my key point is this word over here, is. Kenapa? Let's say saya I read it or I read this question macam ni. Homework is not deemed to be a problem by students. Beza tak dengan homework is deemed to be a problem by students?
Beza.
Yeah, beza sangat. It's like opposite flip. Okay? So, that's why key point is 100 times more important than keywords. Kalau keyword salah atau anything, your essay will still be on track. Tapi kalau key point salah, your whole essay is gone because you're going to answer something else. Okay, that's number one for you to take note. Number two, why do I say is the key point? Sebab belah kiri perkataan homework, you cakap keyword. Belah kanan pun ada keyword. Maksud dia, ini menjadi determinant kepada the whole topic. Jadi jangan salah analyze the topic. Okay? The moment you know how to analyze the topic and the moment you know, okay, you know what, this is a key point, it's a positive key point. Is something positive and is not is something negative. Key point je ya, bukan masuk keyword lagi. Is something positive, is not something negative. Okay? So definitely you're going to interpret the question properly. That's number one. Now, let's go on to keyword. You guys have stated to me some of the keywords were homework, deemed, problem, students. Okay, these are the 4 keywords that you guys gave me. Why? Why do they say so? Why do they say so? It's a whole statement. We don't put it as a keyword. Kenapa? Now, I'm going to teach you this whole first phrase. Lepas I teach you the whole first line, korang tak payah tengok second line pun tak apa. Just baca second line and you can answer the whole problem or the whole question. That is why I said, why do they say so? Adalah part of the question, but it's not the main question. Alright, that is to take note. Now, let's go on to the keywords. This is going to be super fun and super complex. Okay. The moment you guys faham benda yang kompleks, benda yang senang, automatic lah, no need to say. Alright? Now, let's talk about number 1, homework. What do you have to say about homework? Just tell me whatever about homework. Okay. If that's the case, let me ask you another question. What is the definition of homework?
Work that's supposed to do.
Work that is supposed to do.
To be done. Yeah, to be done.
Alright. To be done. To be done at home, is it?
Yes.
Alright. Some more? Definition, synonym boleh je mana-mana. Just give me. Of homework.
Schoolwork. Schoolwork.
Work. Okay, next.
Assign tasks by
Assign
teachers
tasks.
to give it to students.
Okay. Assign tasks by teachers to be done by students. All right, next. Anyone else? Just go with the flow. Anything? If none, we'll continue. Okay.
Classwork.
Classwork.
Schoolwork.
Classwork. Okay,
Yeah.
schoolwork is over here. All right. Now we have 4 different definitions of homework. Now, what is the major mistake that we always do? Number 1, we see homework. Wait, just a moment. Okay. Number 1, we see homework and definitely you'll be like, okay, homework is something simple. This the thing, this the thing. Okay, that's all. We're going to skip all this stuff. You guys know clearly this is the keyword. So it's actually very important. Tanpa perkataan homework ni, what is the problem? I don't even know. Okay, that's all. That's number 1. Number 2, homework ni, you guys have defined it in 4 different ways. Now let's have a look at the definition. Number 1, you have stated to me homework is a work that is supposed to be done at home. Is it correct or wrong? This is logic, okay? We are going to train your logic for today also. Betul ke salah? First one ni, work that is supposed to be done at home.
Betul.
Okay, betul. Now, kalau first one ni betul, second one, homework, schoolwork. Betul ke salah? Anyone, just try.
Correct.
Correct. Because
Okay.
it's a work from school.
Okay, it's a work from school. So, it's a school work. Okay, because you go university pun, dia panggil School of Business, School of Medicine and all those stuff. So, it's still school work. Okay, next. Assign tasks by teachers to be done by students. That's definitely correct, no doubt about it. Next, classwork. Betul ke salah?
Salah.
Okay, I think it's quite clear kenapa salah kan? Here we are talking about home. Here we are talking about class. Definitely this is not accepted. Now, why do I say for you to define it like this is very important. Okay. Cara korang define kan, homework, you just gave me the definition or the ultimate what is homework. That is going to be the first sentence in your essay. Now, kalau satu Malaysia buat tu, you also buat tu, do you think you will impress someone in marking? I don't know about this. I think you can think about it yourself. That's number one. Number two, how do you want to tackle all these keywords? Okay. Trick is you ambil the keyword. Wait. You ambil the keyword. Let's say homework kan. Ask yourself, why homework? What is homework? Okay. What is homework? You guys have answered me over here. Tiga benda ni boleh guna. Kenapa we need the definitions very well? So that to show that you have knowledge, you have the idea of what is homework, and you have a wide range of understanding about homework. That's why we need tiga. Takkan dalam satu essay tu, you guys nak repeat homework. You guys have to try to mix as many as possible work that is supposed to be done at home, schoolwork, assigned tasks by teachers to be done by students, and all those stuff. That's what. Now, next is when. You know all these WH questions yang you guys learn masa sekolah rendah lagi, these things are the one which actually test your knowledge. Benda-benda ni will determine your whole essay, okay? Now, let's go in with number one. Why? Why homework? Why even homework? Have you ever think about it to yourself? Kenapa homework? I'm asking you right now. Just give me any answers.
To practice.
Okay, to practice. Next.
To deepen our knowledge even more on the specific
Okay.
subject.
Basically to strengthen your knowledge, right? Okay, next. Just keep on going, guys.
To improve ourselves.
To improve. Next.
Developing
if we
skills
actually-
in answering questions.
Baden.
Developing skills in answering questions.
Okay. Developing skills in answering questions. Developing skills in answering question. Next.
To test if we actually understand something.
Okay, that's good. To test understanding. Let me just write it over here. Okay, don't mind my writing because you guys know where you are. To test understanding. All right, next. Anyone else? Okay, now you guys just answered me why tau. Why homework with one word homework? It's so blindly that you guys ask yourself why, and you guys can give me 5 different reasons. You know these 5 different reasons can build up to like 1 or 2 paragraph of solid idea. Now, let me just show it to you. Let's say we're talking about why homework in the first place. Because they want to avoid practice, which will take their time. Therefore, this will lead to non-improvisation of themselves. This will not lead to development of skills in answering questions, which will also lead to lack of understanding. So, if I were to relate that with the topic for today, homework is deemed to be a problem by students. Why do they say so? Whatever I said previously was your first paragraph. That is what we are going to learn for today. We are going to learn how a simple word like that, which you deem keyword, can actually bring up to a wonderful piece of writing. Walaupun satu perenggan tu kalau solid, you will impress people. Okay, that's number one. Next, number two. Let's go for when. So when do you think homeworks are given?
After classes.
Okay, after classes. Anyone got any more ideas besides after classes?
During self-study session.
Okay, that's good. During self-study. Because not necessarily you have to attend a specific class. You can give yourself a homework too, right? Make sure, okay, you know what, I'm going to do this at home. This is going to be finished up. That is also homework. So, benda ni, topik dia, we are talking about student stuff. It's so small. Your job is to widen up or bigger the picture. Kalau the moment you try to look at it smaller and smaller, ideas are not going to come out. The whole essay is going to be very dull. We're going to keep on practicing all this stuff. Next, that is when. Now, how are homework given? How are homework given, guys?
In the form of question sets.
Okay, question sets. Some more?
Google Classroom.
Exactly. Those are the answers I actually wanted. Okay. Let's say we talk about GC kan. Okay. What is the difference? This is traditional method. This is modern method. GC is modern. Kalau we are talking about question sets and papers, all that, those are traditional. Now, why is this so important? Because you guys have to know the moment modern method atau pembelajaran abad ke-21, or we call it online learning, started, homeworks are given online. So, can people actually evaluate the load work melalui kertas and melalui DGC? Let's say, now, let's speak logic. Let's say diorang bagi homework, right? Melalui kertas, mungkin 2 muka surat. Melalui GC, maybe 2 muka surat. Tapi, the amount of stress build up is different because sitting in front of a paper while doing your homework and sitting in front of a computer and doing your homework is 2 different things. You don't expect them to see that particular laptop or screen for the next 12 hours to finish up your homework. That will only deteriorate atau, how do I put it, reduce the health of that particular person. That is how you're going to see things. You're going to see things in detail so that you can give proper reasoning. These kind of things come from knowledge. It's not only mere language, okay? Language, yes, tapi whatever you write have to make sense and give out a beautiful idea. Now, we have already talked about why, when, and how. Now, let's talk about the second word, deemed. Let me just open up a new page over here. Let's talk about deemed. Okay, what is the definition or synonym of deemed?
Perceived.
Perceived. Next.
Consider.
Consider. Next.
Assume.
Assume. Judge. Next.
Reckon.
But then reckon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any more?
Suppose.
Suppose. All right. Can someone search in Google, or if you have the knowledge about it, what is the definition of perceived? Definition of perceived?
Become aware or conscious of something, or to come to realize or understand.
Aware or conscious? Understand. Okay. Now, this is a keyword. Why? Because it will test your vocabulary. The moment you have a wider scope or wider knowledge on vocabulary, it's going to boost you up. Why? Number one, before we go on further, let me ask you a couple of questions. This is going to be logic, okay? Perceived, you guys know the meaning is aware or come into conscious kesedaran atau come into an understanding. Do you think perceive boleh digunakan to ganti the word deemed? Kalau part ni kan, you guys confused, tengok balik. Question. Homework is deemed kan? Ganti deemed dengan perceived. You guys know perceived tadi adalah come to awareness, coming to a kesedaran. So right now, homework is perceived to be a problem. Do you think perceive is a good word for you to substitute with deemed?
Yes.
Definitely yes. It's a very, very good word because it directly translates that perceive is when you come to an awareness or consciousness. Okay. Now, when you're talking about coming into consciousness or coming into awareness, does that mean you actually do all this stuff later on? Lepas you dapat awareness, baru you akan consider, assume, judge, recognize and suppose something is wrong or right. Betul tak?
Betul.
Yeah, if you don't know or you are not aware of the situation, do you even consider homework to be a problem? No, because you don't recognize, because you don't get yourself into a state where you understand, okay, you know what, homework is getting into a burden to me, and therefore, sorry, oh yeah, reckon, Emma, thank you. So basically, you have to know that, hold on, yeah, let me just, I thought it was, because actually both boleh, recognize and reckon. Okay. Alright. Okay. So if you guys are not aware of the particular situation, it's like this. You tak tahu benda tu, can you answer? No, definitely not. So when it comes to an awareness, baru you akan consider, assume, judge, reckon, or suppose something is right or wrong. That literally means you can actually substitute all these words, ni boleh, ni boleh, ni boleh, ni boleh, ni boleh, for the word deem. Maksudnya, dalam satu karangan tu, you don't only use the word deem. You use perceive, consider, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different words. That's a lot. People don't simply use a lot of words for like this. These are the things that you guys have to take notes about. Benda ni can change, can bring you up from like 20 to like 40 marks, man. Because it really shows you read actually. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next keyword. The next keyword is problem. Now, untuk problem, for problem, we analyze it like this. When does a problem arise? When does something become a problem?
When there's a conflict.
When there's a conflict, right? Okay, some more?
When it brings more compared to the pros.
Brings more cons. Okay, good. Next. Come on, guys, brainstorm. Conflict brings more cons. Can I write over here brings burden to you? Atau menyusahkan Anda?
Can.
Alright, next. When does something become a problem? Anything else? Okay, those are the three things. Next, what is the problem in the situation right now? Direct je soalan ni.
The homework.
The homework.
Exactly. Homework. Now, sebelum we move on to the next keyword, can you see the relation over here that when homework, we are talking about homework, right? Homework is a problem when and why? Because it brings burden, because it brings more cons, because it can cause conflict. Simple as it is. Homework, kalau satu jawapan salah, you guys mesti like, if like not mature enough, you guys will start fighting, right, for the answers. As simple as that. But remember to yourself, remember and remind yourself that certain points you cannot elaborate banyak-banyak. Points like this, such as brings burden, these kind of points are really big. And these are the main points that you're going to talk about. Okay? So now, the homework is the problem over here, and you guys know when and why already. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next keyword. The next keyword will be students. Who are students, guys? What kind of students we have right now?
School student,
Okay, correct. School. Next.
mentee,
Pardon?
mentee,
Mentee. Okay, those are type of students. We want like what stages? Okay, dalam ni kan, benda paling senang is to look at the stages. Number one, you have school students. Lepas tu kan kita masuk matrix. Matrix is what we call college. College students. Lepas ni kita akan pergi degree, right? So, university students. Okay? These are kind of things as students. This is number one. Ini adalah where or type, or you can call it what. Next, whom are students? Okay. Whom are students, guys? Like let's say your age or whatsoever. Siapa students? You can relate it to this, all this stuff.
us,
Yep. Us, we call it child. Adults. Child kalau kurang daripada 18 tahun, adults above that. And do you think parents are students also?
Could be.
Yes, if you take master's ka, PhD, you're still a student. Do you think lecturers are students also?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sometimes dia orang nak ambil masters, dia orang ambil lah. Do you think scientists, doctors, all these high-end professions, all these business people, do you think they could be students also?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now by doing this, you guys just saved you guys so much of time and effort of thinking further. You know why? Because most of the times we are going to talk about these two ni. Tapi this one, Do they already have a responsibility in their daily job?
Yes.
Yes, they already have a responsibility. Ada commitment sudah. Tapi dia orang nak study juga to further their education. So, this will take an extra time, extra effort, become an extra burden, become an extra commitment to them. Because takkanlah free-free nak belajar. Of course lah bayar kan. Sekejap, let me just write better. So, you guys know previously burden sudah ada. Now, you guys already talk about time and commitment. Okay, now what I want you guys to do is, let's go back here. I want you guys to ask yourself, tadi kita cakap pasal commitment, time and burden. Those are the three big things we were talking about. We already know homework punya definition, what is the words you can ganti dengan deem, what's the meaning of problems, siapa students. Do you think burden, time dengan commitment menjawab persoalan ni? Homework is deemed to be a problem by students. Why do they say so? Do you think that tree is the problem?
Yes.
Definitely yes. So as simple as I'm going to put it is, tak payah tu susah-susah. You have to crack your brains to, okay dah cari point tapi nak elaborate. Elaborate tu lebih penting daripada point anda. Because elaborate shows who you are. So, you dah ada point. To look at the elaboration, nah, there you go. Everything is all over here. You guys know very well who are they, what are they doing. That is what we call keyword. Keyword is extremely important. So, just now kita bincang 3 kan? Number 1 is we're talking about time. Number 2, burden. And number 3, extra commitment. Okay, sorry. Okay, now, benda yang paling penting is jangan overlook perkataan students. The moment you overlook perkataan students, dia punya, how do I put it, elaboration akan limit kepada school. That's all you're going to talk about. We are going to open up the scope. Jangan kecilkan, jangan sekali-kali kecilkan scope. Okay, now, that is the whole thing about it. Okay, now, for this topic, it's quite direct. That's why dia punya elaboration dia sikit je. Contengan dekat sini sikit je. Certain topics, actually muat topics are quite long. Every topic is quite long. Let me just show you what are the examples. Soalan dia bukan macam tu, soalan dia macam ni. Let's say people are becoming more materialistic. They are concerned with making more money and what money can buy. What is your opinion on being materialistic? So usually these kind of questions you get, don't panic. Just take 10 minutes, highlight keywords, write whatever you have, then go on straight to the essay. You will go with the flow. Kenapa? Benda semua dah ada atas kertas. That's why I said, part macam ni kan, what is your opinion on being materialistic? Penting, tapi tak sepenting soalan. Sekarang, we have already learned soalan memberi jawapan. Apa lagi you guys nak kalau soalan yang memberi jawapan? Okay. Now, this is number 1. We are going to learn something very new for today. Yang ini cara analisis tau. This is not muat question. It's just I'm teaching you basic things that you guys need to know in order to do after these muat topics. And lepas ni, we are going to focus also on speaking. Alright, now I'm going to teach you something called the pyramid of people. I think some of you guys already know this is a technique that I always use. Okay, so let's say this is a pyramid kan. This is called pyramid of people. Okay, what do I mean by that? Maksudnya lapisan yang paling kecil, macam kita, saya, anda and all those stuff, kepada organisasi yang terbesar di dunia ni. Okay, this is what we call pyramid of people. Now, layer yang paling rendah, who do you think? Siapa layer yang paling rendah?
Individual.
Exactly, individual. Kenapa? Skop dia kecil sangat. Kalau soalan bagi skop dia, let's say dia bagi um, let's say dia bagi society, korang boleh juga tengok dalam skop individual. Kenapa? After this you guys will know. Okay, what is the second layer? Anyone? Just try. What's the second layer?
Family.
Yeah, family or
Neighbor.
Yup, neighbor. Okay. Now, sebelum we move forward, you guys have to realize it's actually getting bigger. Family is big. Jadi, kalau soalan pasal family, you guys can talk about family, you guys can talk about individuals. So that you guys will have more points and so that you guys can look at it in a different angle. Tengok sebagai angle satu buah keluarga atau tengok sebagai angle seorang anak. Seorang anak tu apa? Individual. Okay. Next, what is the third layer?
Community.
Community. Okay. Habis dekat atas tu apa?
Society.
Okay. Apa beza community and society? Benda ni penting so that you guys know how to differentiate. What's the difference between a community and a society?
Community is more of a group, while society is in a bigger aspect.
Yeah. Society is a bigger aspect by which we mean we are talking about individuals no matter from which background and no matter from where you come from. Community, I can easily say, I'm an Indian community. If you're an Iban, the Iban community. So it's a specific group of people. Society, we are talking about as a whole. Okay? Sebab itu community lebih kecil. Sebab community numbers are smaller. Society, semua tambah. Okay? So let's say soalan dia bagi society kan. Kalau dia bagi society, you boleh tengok as a society, different groups of communities, your family, and individual. You can get more than 4 points over there already. Next, what is the upper layer?
Benua.
Benua. Benua tu kontinen kan? Bukan apa. What? The whole society makes up what?
Country.
Yeah, exactly. Satu society di Malaysia will make up a country. Without unity in society, you won't be able to make a country. Okay, next, what is the layer?
Continent.
Okay, sebelum kontinen apa? Apa lebih kecil daripada kontinen?
Nation.
Nation is country. What is bigger than a country?
Region.
Exactly, region. Kenapa? Regions are defined as a couple of countries coming together. Let's say korang tahu Sukan C, right? Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is a region. So we are talking about Southeast Asia, baru we are talking about countries such as Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore and so on. So country lebih kecil daripada region. Region merangkumi satu kawasan. What's above region?
Continent.
Yeah, continent. So when we are talking about continents like Asia, bawah Asia ada regions like Southeast Asia. Bawah Southeast Asia, we have countries like Malaysia. Bawah Malaysia, we have society, a united society. Bawah society, due to the unity between different communities. Kita kan banyak sangat community. Why? Because the peace within a family. Why? Because individuals have morals and they know what to do. That is how you relate. Jadi, what is the upper layer? paling atas.
World.
Yep, world. Okay, yang paling atas adalah your whole galaxy, but this one not so important unless you're talking about science. Okay, now these are the most important ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, why do I say this is important? Let's say soalan dia bagi pasal let's say they're talking about coronavirus pandemic. That pandemic is a world level pandemic kan. If it mentions clearly in the world, your points can be from any of this. Fikir daripada aspek-aspek ini. And then baru masuk macam tadi kita buat keyword. You know the keyword and then you think, okay, dalam individual, how does it affect? Why does it affect? Okay, kalau tak dapat point, tak apa. Kita pergi family. Macam mana coronavirus tu affect family? Kalau tak tahu, tak apa. Let's go. Macam mana country, sesebuah negara tu di-effect daripada coronavirus? You guys know kan? Everyday news coming out, so many stuff. That is how you're going to analyze questions. Number 2, kalau dia keluar let's say country, let's say something, soalan dia pasal in your country. When they talk about in your country, you can talk about the society. Kalau dia cakap pasal kesatuan atau semangat yang kita ada untuk memastikan satu negara kita utuh and aman. Kenapa? Sebab community walaupun berlainan tapi ada persefahaman. Benda tu datang dari mana? Education that is given by the family. Why? Because individuals understand it. That is how you relate to topics. Okay. Do you guys have any question? Kalau ada, tanya Syak. Sebab benda ni, we are going to use very detail in our essay questions. Lepas ni kita akan mula bincang our next session. And then your homework kan will be something like a muat question also. Alright, so you guys have to do very detail. Any questions guys before I tell you what is the homework going to be?
CJ,
Yes.
apa the introduction for apa kan muat punya level untuk essay ni, is it gonna be the same as SPM?
No, definitely not. Okay. The introduction level, right? You mean your first paragraph kan?
Ha.
Okay. The first paragraph will come in when you do things like this. It will come in very handy. Kenapa? Definitely first paragraph, everyone will look forward for you to start something with a keyword over here kan, in the whole question. So this is the way you tackle on how to impress someone in your first paragraph. This is number 1. Number 2, we have so many quotes that we have learned and you guys have personally learned. And don't worry, korang tahu kan lirik lagu semua kan ada. And then all this, korang kalau Muslim got hadis and Christians have Bible saying and all that stuff kan. You know, you can actually put it all in your essay. Lirik lagu, write it in essays. First sentence, if that particular line or verse of song actually hits your particular emotions very deeply and many others, don't you think the marker will think so? I have a high feeling he or she will think so. So just go for it. Jangan risau intro and all this specific paragraph how you're going to do. We're going to look next session sebab we are going to do directly muat questions so that you guys know, okay, intro, this is what I'm going to talk about. This is how I'm going to put these things. Okay, do you understand?
Yes, thank you CJ.
Alright, no problem. Okay, now let me explain to you guys your homework. Okay, you guys punya homework, I'll give you one question je. Soalan dia is muat question. What I want you guys to do is satu muka surat A4 or one piece of paper. That whole paper, I want you guys to do this thing and pass it up to me. Highlight the keywords and highlight the key point. Write down whatever we have done. Think of all these WH questions and write it down. Last 3 lines of your paper atau last part dekat paling bawah, tulis number 1, 2, 3, all 3 of your points that you have came up from your own discussion or own mind map or own contengan yang korang buat melalui keyword ni. Lepas buat contingan, baru think of the points. Kenapa? That points can relate to your contingan, then because your contingan directly relates to the keyword. Baru boleh nama dia kesinambungan. You balik kepada topik. You will never run off the topic. Always stay on topic. And don't forget, keywords macam ni, walaupun kita cari sinonim, don't forget to repeat it. The reason I'm putting or asking you to find definition so that you guys keep on track in your topic. The moment korang tahu, okay, I read about schoolwork, homework, I wrote classwork tadi dalam perenggan ketiga. Bukan ke classwork earlier masa I counting tak boleh guna? So, you will change it to schoolwork. Now you're on track. Macam tu lah, you keep on track of your whole essay. Alright guys, are you guys clear about the homework?
Yes, CJ.
Alright. Okay guys, any questions? If there's no questions, thank you very much. Kalau ada questions, you guys can stay.
Thank you, CJ.
Alright.
Thank you, CJ.
Thank you.
CJ.
Thank you, CJ.
Thank you.
Thank you, CJ.